Hello and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 9 to the Sky. At the end of the last episode we basically just built this little automated sieving. Just let it run a little bit, not too long. And I am aware that you can stick some upgrades in here, but we need some better power. So the plan is to get the other resources being automatically produced so that we can then begin creating a better power source than these power machines. I will be upgrading them still alongside, but the plan is to make some nuclear reactors. So at the minute, let me just grab, what do we need? Let's just take everything out of there. So I believe for the end stone, we basically need a per block there. Maybe I need to go one more down for that, possibly. I did try and get it all pre-set up. There we go. So we'll stick that there. So you need the per block. Why is it doing that? In the bottom. Then we need, I believe, end stone. Then the extractor. And then an oak drawer. Yep, that'll be producing end stone for us. Then we use igneous extruders, and that's the recipe. You need Constantin, the redstone servos, and some Invar. Constantin's made quite easily. It's just using nickel dust and copper dust. So we want one extruder there on top of netherrack with a bucket of lava there and a bucket of witch water there. Now let's get the barrel, and that will, I don't think it'll go straight up automatically. I think I need to put some sort of upgrade into it, but we'll sort that in a sec. So that'll produce netherrack. Then we need the other two extruders. So this one has got, that's not an extruder. That one's got nothing underneath. That one has got a magma block, I believe. Then we need lava, one packed ice, one blue ice. That one's going to create deep slate, and that one's going to create black stone. So then we stick them down. Oh, which one was which? I've forgotten already. So that's the deep slate one. Black stone and deep slate. So then we can automatically turn these using the same sieving type of system that we've used there. So we will use a flux hammer. I need some pipes. Place one behind accidentally. Yeah, I've got my pipe wrench. So we break them off in the middle just so they're not connected. So we've got a hammer, hammer, hammer and hammer. So eventually once I get it up and running, the pipes will pull it out of there, stick it into there, turn it into crushed. And then pretty sure it's just sieves like that. So that'll turn them all into the crushed version of those. Then you sieve it, and I'm going to have to make a couple more barrels so that it all goes in. But I believe that one is practically set up, other than me needing to put the meshes into these. And then the next little setup that we're going to need is over here, which I've practically got ready. Is we need the water wheel down like that. Then you stick your water block. That'll turn. This is all create, and this is how you do the what do you call it now? The soul sand. So stick the fan there. That should be turning. No? Oh, there we go. Putting it down the wrong way. So then you leave that block, I believe. Oh no, that's the block that you break. You put your soul sand down. I'm gonna need a block. I'll just use a drawer. Doesn't really matter too much. To put the conveyor belt down. No. So you have to direct this. Like so. No, that isn't right either. Stupid. Could it be? Yeah, that is right. Sorry, my bad. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of that. Then there, give me 2 seconds, I'll go grab myself some blocks. Right, so I've got the blocks just so I can stick them down underneath. And what we need to do now is put the trapdoor there, so we obviously don't lose anything. And this is called bulk haunting. So we need the cobblestone generator. We'll put that there. We can put one hammer above, which, no, facing the wrong way. This one hammer above will turn the cobblestone into gravel. Get out. This one will turn it into sand. Oh no, yeah, let's move those. So I'll pipe it in to make it a bit easier, so that'll just throw it out. Pipe that into there. So that'll go into there, turn into gravel, it'll go into there, the gravel will turn into sand, it'll get chucked onto here, onto the conveyor belt, it'll drop it down, and then that should, if I'm correct, turn it into I'd like to say that's the wrong place again there, to be honest. Turn that off. If we stick it... I've had problems with this, attempting this setup before, so just want to make sure that I'm getting it the way it's supposed to be. Let's go like that. And we'll move this over a little bit. Obviously, create and these sorts of mods are not something that I'm 100% familiar with, so I do struggle a little bit while I try to figure out all of this. So we'll give, no, flint and steel, we'll light that. Then we'll get some power to these machines in a second. And then on this side, we're going to need a sieve. We need a chest as well. I'm going to pinch the barrel from here for a moment. So we're going to want to put the sieve on top of there. I believe we could just, can we just item collect straight into that? Possibly. And we want to turn the range down, else it's just way too big for no reason. So if we put a bit of power to this and just see how it runs for now, let's take that off. Can't get up there. We'll just do it a bit tacky just for now. Let's get all of them powered. And let's see if it works. So you should chuck that straight out. Ah, that's going to be a problem. Let's break that for a minute. I need 1 soul sand. Yeah, so that is working now. You can tell by the little blue particles. Yeah, so when that turns that into soul sand, I can then put down that filter. Ah, it's not the right one. See, always making little mistakes. I basically need the advanced so I can put a filter into it. So we need the advanced item collector, which, yeah, that's easy enough to make. So let's go back over here for 2 seconds. 3 obsidian. 1 eye vendor. There we go. So with the advanced one, it allows a filter. So if I put here and then whitelist, the only thing that it will pick up is the soul sand instead of collecting normal sand. So we can chuck that back down there. Soon as it turns to soul sand, that should pick it up. Yeah, puts it into there. They get sieved once I put a mesh in. And we should see, yeah, so just prosperity shards. They're not all quick enough. They're not all producing anything at the moment. However, as if I've just fell off. So let's power all of these machines, if I've got enough power to do so, that is. I'm hoping that I do. So once all of these machines start to work, which I need to just quickly go and make a couple of barrels. It turns out I already had 4 in a chest, which is quite handy, so I can just stick these straight down. Ah, we need to sort this issue. So we need a puller mod. Quickly. I think I've got it saved on here. I'm not too sure. No. So it's these puller upgrades. We need drawers, redstone, any sort of stone, and hoppers. I'm going to need 4 of those. No, 3 of those. So I think we can use the kivvy blocks. I've got 2 hoppers. So I'm going to need just 1 more. There's the drawers. Get some wood. And some iron if I've got any yet. So we need 1 chest. No. 1 hopper. Then 3 of these. Ah, didn't grab the redstone. So we'll get 3 of these crafted. Do they not stack? Yeah, they do. Direction down. That's what we want. And they go into these. 1, 2, 3. Yep, so we see them start to fill up a little bit there. So we can turn these on to start extracting. And then slowly, without the upgrades, we shall see the material start to come through. Now after this, the aim is to build me a nuclear reactor. Which might take a bit of time. Obviously, I'm going to have to get these running a little bit. So I can make myself some more a flux plug. And I can get myself some more uranium. So I'm going to have to leave these to just run for a while just to gather some resources. Has he just jumped in the lava? No, burnt himself. You got anything that I want? Nothing at all. Spit at me. So yeah, I'll come back once this is ran for a little bit and then we can start working on getting a nuclear reactor set up. Just a quick update while I'm just doing this. Basically, I've made a couple of upgrades for these. So you stick that in and it'll do it just a little bit faster. And then I've got, let's cover them back up, and I've got some upgrades for the machine that produces me the uranium, these 2. Just to make these 2 go a little bit quicker. So we'll stick 1 in there. 1 in there. Not too sure my power can handle more. I can go and check. But I'm not too sure that my power, what I'm producing, can handle me putting any more upgrades than that in. Have a quick look. Yeah, they all seem to be doing okay, so I can stick a couple more in just to get some uranium faster. That doesn't seem like it'll be too much of an issue, so it was these ones. So we'll stick 2 in there and just hope that the machine can keep up. Might have to stick another little advanced item upgrade into that, possibly. That seems to be doing quite a lot. No, I think it's got it. I think it's keeping up to date, possibly. So that should be getting his uranium quite a bit faster. Fingers crossed. And obviously over here we've got the semi-automated way of doing it. So if I was to, again, shrink them down, that'll just chuck them into there, put them into there, then you smelt it all. That's all looking okay. So we'll get this out of my inventory, take that out. Get all of that in there. Throw that down there. We'll get that out as well, we don't need that. So that's give us 27. Let's see what we get with the hammer. Giving us a little bit to start with. That's the wrong one. We'll get some copper out. Make some copper blocks. Throw them down. Yeah, so we've got 54 for now. And eventually, over here, I'm going to have to get a couple of upgrades, compacting upgrades and stuff for the barrels. Don't think I really need the compacting. Well, I suppose I do for... which one is it? For this one. It's probably easier if it just compacts it down for me. Then I won't have to mess about with compacting all of the chunks. These ones, that definitely needs a stack upgrade now. So, I also went and made a stack upgrade tier 4, which multiplies the number of stacks that can fit in a slot by 16, so you get 16 times, which I can show you in this one's 1024 per stack, which makes it a bit easier, a bit more compact. And I stuck one of them in all of those. You lot. So. Oh, you followed me in. Cracking. As if I missed. Right, so I will come back again once I've managed to get some more uranium ready for making the nuclear reactor. Right, so I'm back, and I think I let it run for long enough. So what I've got is, I think I've got the math correct to build this now. So what we're going to do is a 7x7 base. Just like that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, because we've got the roof. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go around. Like that. No. For the roof. And then I think the way I'm going to do it is... Where's the control rods? There. So I'm going to have it from the center block being the first control rod. One either side of this. Just like that. Stick the reactor casings. And then I can drop down. Finish all of this. So now that's the case done. What we're going to do at the front is we're going to have one access port there, one access port there, with, I believe it's the reactor terminal. I don't think we're going to need the computer port. We've got a reactor power tap, which we shall stick, I don't know, we'll stick that, we'll put it this side. So that's what's going to allow us to pull the power out of the nuke. Then we do have, let me do a frame of this, just a little bit of glass for there. Then we'll have the 2 reactor ports like this. You might want to get out of there, chicken. Get off. Right, so that's that side done. I'm ready. Let's get this. No. Terrible block placing. Let's get this placed. I like having it with glass. You can do it without the glass. You don't have to have the glass, but I like to have the glass. You can't really see anything happening on the inside, but that's besides the point. Just think it looks a little bit better. So now the center block, we need the fuel rods, which come down like this. I think I've got enough of them. I think I've got one extra, to be fair. Now this should produce probably a lot more power than I actually need. So all we need now, let's go set this up. So we can change these, one to the input, one to the output, and the way that we can do that is that will be the input, that will be the output, and we stick the uranium in there for now. Then what we do need, which I did forget to get, was, I think I'm going to use, which is the better block for conducting. Let's go see how much materials we've got over here. Now I don't know whether to use emerald or diamond. I don't think I'll have enough diamond, to be fair. Yeah, we can leave that. I don't think I'll have enough diamond to coat the inside. Actually, I'm not too sure emerald works anymore. We'll have to give it a go with some diamond. I think you can check, can't you? Let's go uses. Moderator blocks reactors, so we'll leave that and we'll check emerald block. So I don't think that you can use the emerald blocks anymore, which is a bit shite. So I'll have to come back once I can finish this up, because I don't have enough of these blocks to be able to cool the nuke down. The one thing I can do quickly, to be fair, is I'll use these blocks. So what we can do... Oh no, I've got to complete the actual nuke first. So I'll be back once I've got the diamond blocks for the inside. Right guys, we're just putting in the last strip. I have had to run the machine to power the auto sieving. I have had to run it, but it now is ready. The heat goes quite high, but I'm not too worried about that. It's producing just under 85,000 RF a tick, which is more than enough to run what little machines we've got over there and my smelter and squeezer there. But the one thing we can do, Dick, is we can set these so output... Wait, which one is it? So, not the temperature, not the fuel amount. So we can output trigger while below, trigger at, and if we put it at 80%, apply, and trigger on signal. No, we'll leave that. I think that's got to stay on pulse, to be fair. Trigger while below, put that again at 80%. So now the machine, is it running? So if we turn it off, that should, when it's down at 80%, that should send a pulse to there. When that drops lower than 80%, and it should turn on the reactor once this gets down. So if let's change it just to test it. So if I change it to trigger at 99%, yeah, so it sends a redstone signal once it's lower than 99%, which turns on the machine, and then as soon as it gets above 99%, it'll just switch it off. So it does save on uranium, as I don't have too much right this second. So we'll change that back to, we'll say 70% there. So every time now that my reactor gets, the power gets lower here than 70% full, the reactor will turn on until it hits full power, and then it'll turn itself back off just to preserve the uranium, which is more than helpful there. So we've got all of this set up, thankfully. I'm gonna, between episodes, I'm gonna get these upgrades stuck into all of these machines now that I've got more than enough power coming from that. Just so it's producing the ores a lot faster. And then I think next episode, what I'll try and do is some sort of, I need more storage if I'm going to be putting upgrades in. So I could either, I'd ideally like to do applied energistics, but it might be easier for now just to set up a refined storage system and then do applied energistics later on. But between episodes I'll figure that out. So that'll be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I shall see you in the next one.